All right, you see over here, that's where that new addition's gonna go. And I need your funding to pay for it. All right, we all good with this?
Oh, hey! Didn't see you there.
How about you guys come join us, learn a little bit about Jobsite Cash Flow.
All right.
That feels better.
Yes, it does.
Why don't we take this step by step and discuss Jobsite Cash Flow a little bit closer?
The following is an example of a cash flow curve for a building costing around $1 million and taking about 8 months to complete. We will subcontract about 75% of the work, and the pay application periods will be 45 days. The following cash flow curve is represented by 3 lines. The black line represents the earned value amount, which is the total amount stated in the contract. The red line represents the cash-in amount, which is the amount of money received from the owner or from the financer. The blue line represents the total payout, which is the money paid to the subcontractors or paid for materials or any self-performed work. Notice the S-shaped pattern of the earned value curve. This is to represent the bulk of the work to take place during the middle of the project. The following cash flow curve is for the first month of our project. At the end of month 1, we are at an earned value of $50,000. After a 10% depreciation, represented by the red dotted line, our total cash-in value is at $45,000 for the end of month 1. Moving on now to month 2, we can see that for our project as a whole, the earned value is now at an amount of $150,000. After the 10% retainage, the earned value amount for the first 2 months will be at $135,000. For month 2 alone, we can see that our earned value is at an amount of $100,000. And after the 10% retainage on the month 2 earned value, we will be at a total cash-in value for the second month of $90,000. Now that you have an understanding of how a cash flow curve works, let's take a quick look at months 3 through 8. The following is a continuation of the cash flow curve example we have been looking at. Now we will incorporate the total payout line. This line is represented by the blue line on the chart. You will notice that looking at this line that there is a slight incline, however it is relatively flat for the most part. This is due to the majority of the work being subcontracted. However, there is a slight incline because there will be a small portion of the work that will be self-performed. The steeper the line, the more self-performed work the company performs. If you notice, after the 45-day pay period, the blue line will quickly jump up. This is because after this 45 days, we have received our money from the owners, and now we are capable of paying our subcontractors, payments for materials, and any other payments for self-performed work. Now taking a look at month 2, once again notice how our total payout line remains flat for the most part until it reaches its 45-day pay period, where it increases quickly. However, do notice that we will have a slight increase in our line due to a small amount of self-performed work. Take a quick look at months 3 through 8. Remember that due to the amount of subcontracted work that we have on this job, our total payout line will remain flat for the most part until we reach our 45-day pay periods, in which then it'll increase quickly. However, because we do have a small amount of self-performed work, there will be a slight increase in the line throughout the project. Also note that the difference between the red shaded areas and the green shaded areas, or the negative cash flow and the positive cash flow, will give us the amount of money that our company must borrow on our line of credit or borrow from a financer in order to keep this job afloat and for it not to go bankrupt. Lastly, other ways that companies can use to improve their cash position besides subcontracting more work is to raise their profit, increase their pay periods, turn their payments faster, reduce retainage, or they can turn their payments to their subcontractors slower.
In this example, I'll be playing the owner, aka the money.
And I'll be playing the GC, aka, now that was a little fast. Let's slow that down a little bit.
And I'll be playing the subcontractor, aka Rodriguez and his no-speaking English cousin.
Well, guys, we've been huffing it pretty good on this project here, but let's take a look back at the cash flow here. Let's take a look at month one. Looks like for month one, you've earned $50,000. You're not going to get $50,000. I'm going to retain 10% of that, $5,000. I'm going to give you $45,000 for your first month's work. Good job there.
Thank you. Well, we all know that I did at least a little bit of work. In this case, I did 25% self-performance. So I'm going to pay the subcontractor not a full $33,750, but I'm going to retain $3,375, and he's going to end up with $30,375. Good job.
Gracias.
Good job.
Good job, Rodriguez. All right, now looks like we're moving right along here to month two. Looks like for month two, you and your subs did $100,000 worth of work. It's a pretty good load. But you know you're not going to get that much. You know I'm going to be retaining 10% of that, $10,000. And I'm going to give you $90,000 for your second month's work. It's better than last month.
Hey,
Looks like you weren't smoking as many cigarettes, James.
moving right along. Well, because the sub only did 25% of the work, he wouldn't get that whole $75,000 because you know I'm going to retain some. How about a whole $7,500 worth? So he's going to end up with $67,500. Good job, Rodriguez.
Gracias. Well, it looks like we've fast forwarded right along here through the job, and we find ourselves here now in month 8. Looks like we've wrapped everything up, finished, and we're on our last pay app. Looks like for month 8, you'll have earned $75,000. And as a bonus, you're going to get your retainage back for all 8 months. That's a whopping $92,500, sir. There you go. Nice working with you.
Well, that's nice. I guess that probably means I need to pay my subcontractors as well. So I'm going to pay them for this month, which is $56,250. There you go.
That's a good amount.
And I'm also going to pay him back all of his retainage, $69,375.
Oh, yeah.
That's a happy man right there. That's a good weekend. You know?
Mucho gracias.
Well, looks like we're all wrapped up here. But let's take one last look at the 3 of our financial position at the end of the job. Yes? Oh, bollocks.
Hey, ain't life wonderful?
Wonderful.
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 Isn't it wonderful?